Reputation.
My bad. I didn't introduce this. This video was Fedmeister was canceled for no reason. Just so you know, so we're kept up with what Fedmeister did. He basically sexually assaulted a woman and sexually harassed another. Hold on, dude. You get leafied if you keep shooting up this many vids. Wait, has he been shooting up like 70 vids about this? Oh my gosh. Oh, he has. Oh, he's just milking it. Oh, he's milking it. Yo, what was this one? Pokimane worse than we thought. The fall of Pokimane. Pokimane is evil, liar. Okay, then.
So, reputation-wise, Pokimane is finished. She's absolutely destroyed, and, well, for good. I mean, honestly, Pokimane is just...
Dog, you are literally brain dead. You have the brain of a 5-year-old if you think that this is going to destroy Pokimane. You are dumb. You are dumb as hell, okay? If you think that this is going to destroy Pokimane. Nice one.
Psychotic, she's evil. What she did to Fed should not be discounted as just petty drama. Rather, I mean, she was just psychologically torturing this guy. But
okay, listen, all right? We can say that she's a bad person. She led him on and everything. I'm not going to sit here and be like, in the offline TV house, Fed was the victim of years of psychological torment. He was the victim of years of an assault, of psychological torture that no human being could possibly imagine. We don't have to like essentialize it as Pokimane was like a warden in Gitmo, blasting music and making this guy want to, yeah. Pokimane was using CIA psychological torture techniques to try to get information out of it. We don't have to essentialize it like that. Holy crap, this guy. Yikes. Yeah, okay, listen. We can understand that what Poki did was bad and she's been lying, but not be like she spent every single day waterboarding Fed and feeding him sponges filled with like pickle juice or something, and this is his life for like 5 years in the offline TV house.
One sentiment that I see, going around the internet is that while what Pokimane did is objectively horrible, Fed is still a sexual assaulter, a groper of sorts. You see this reply right here. This is like literally the top reply. I'm pretty sure if I click the tweet, yeah, top reply. So y'all are just excusing him now. He admits to sexually assaulting multiple people, and it doesn't matter if he's apologized, it still happened. What are you talking about? He admitted to sexually assaulting multiple people? The story would be a much different situation if that was true. But that never happened. It's as if everybody either didn't read the original allegation or they completely forgot about it and are only repeating what they hear on the internet. Everybody thinks this guy's like some sort of rapist or something when that couldn't be further from the truth. Rather, and what we're going to do today, we're going to sit down and read...
Fed is some sort of a graper.
...the initial allegation and talk about how ridiculous it is that this guy got canceled in the first place. That's right. This may be a nuclear take, but fuck it, dude. This is something that I genuinely believe, and I think you guys will see through well enough as soon as we sit down and
All right, guys. You guys ready for this guy's nuclear take?
The entire thing. So let's do exactly that, all right? This is from Yvonne. This was last summer, and you got to remember, this document was released when everybody else was getting Me Too'd for rape and actual sexual harassment and assault, and a lot of those stories ended up being true. So just because of the timing of this document releasing, everybody just assumed without even reading.
Fuck it, dude. Yeah, that's how you got Me Too'd.
And, oh, well, he's a rapist of some sorts, when that, again, couldn't be further from the truth. All right, let's read this. My truth. I want to start this off by saying Fed was the first friend I felt that had made it offline TV on late night food runs and watch movies together and in our sides of the bed, and nothing ever happened until it did. Okay, first of all, they sleep in the beds with each other frequently. And this is something that Pokimane even went further on in her response stream. These guys in offline TV were sleeping in each other's beds like it was normal. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've never slept in my friends' beds. People don't really sleep in each other's beds unless they're like, dating or married or something like, you know what I mean? Like,
huh? What? Has this guy never had a friend before? What are you talking about? I've stayed over at several, sharing beds. Yeah, I've stayed over at several of my friends' houses several times, and I'm not usually the one in the bed. I find that that's just not something that I usually like the floor or the couch personally. But we sleep in each other's beds. We're friends. You guys don't do this? I know a lot of women do this a lot. A lot of girls sleep in each other's beds. Dudes sleep in each other's beds too. So I mean, when I was in high school, we'd sleep over at each other's houses, and there'd be like three in the bed. We're all like laying on top of each other like a fucking dog pile, and you love your boy's warmth, and that lulls you to sleep. Is this not something that you do? Maybe it's just me. I mean, I've seen this happen before platonically. I've been there. It's happened. Hot? Yeah, it was a little hot sometimes.
Nobody just sleeps in each other's, oh, we're just friends, you know. That doesn't happen. That absolutely does not happen.
It does happen. What do you? This was my life. Did this happen to no one else? Am I like the lone wolf here? I feel like this happened like a decent amount, at least enough for people to like understand that just sleeping in each other's beds isn't just for when you're making advancements on each other. Have you seen it before? Yeah, I'm like, I feel like this guy. Listen, okay, I know gamers are usually called people who have literally no social skills, but I feel like it's starting to. I feel like this guy didn't have too many friends growing up, and I think it shows.
And furthermore, I've seen a lot of people say, you know, oh, well, if Fed isn't a sexual harasser or assaulter, well, at the very least, he was inappropriate in a workplace environment. They like to say that this offline TV house was a workplace environment. No, it was not. All right, everybody keeps saying that this house was nothing more than a frat house, and that's 100% true. Nobody in a workplace environment is sleeping in beds with each other. That's not at all how workplace environments are run.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they're fucking streamers. They don't all have cubicles, okay? They have rooms. It's just a home. So when you spend literally all of your time together, where your home is your workplace, your home is also your workplace, and it's a home. So you can do homey stuff and workplace stuff as well. You do have to understand that there's a line there, right? Between where you do the home stuff and when you do the work stuff. This is still your job. They're not just like sitting here while they rake in money from the ether. They didn't start a portal from the money realm where money just pours into their coffers, and that's why they're sitting here drinking and feasting like it's fucking Valhalla or something. No, this is their workplace. This is their job. The offline TV house is a business venture. That's the point of it. But okay.
Anyway, and last thing before we keep reading. This girl, Yvonne, had a boyfriend when Fed was sleeping in her bed, all right? And while Fed shouldn't have made a move on her while she had a boyfriend, why the hell was a boyfriend okay with this? That's something worth thinking about. A little bit, unrelated, but still interesting. Anyway, as I was lying in bed with all the lights off, the door opened and Fed came in, drunk from going out that night. He crawled into my bed and laid there for a bit. Then he grabbed my hand and held it, and I didn't move at all because I was shocked. He then brushed my hand against his cheek and kissed it after. I was still in a state of shock, trying to process what's happening because this guy is supposed to be my friend. He also knew I had a boyfriend at the time. Next, he stuck his hand inside my sleeve and touched the side of my chest. And although it wasn't exactly my chest, it was close enough to make me feel extremely uncomfortable and feel that was not a place where a friend should be touching me. I still couldn't move at this point, and in my head, I was just begging for him to not go any further and praying he would stop there. He did, retracted his hand, and made it seem like he was sleeping. 10 minutes later, he woke up saying, "Whoa, how'd I get here?" I asked, "Do you remember anything?" He said no, and left my room. So remember, what we know from this point is that they were really close, and close enough to where she was letting him sleep in her bed with her. All right? So it is reasonable to suspect that maybe he thought, oh, I have a chance with this girl. Let me go in and, make a move, all right?
Oh my gosh. Wait, what? What, you think this is a good thing? Where he knows she has a boyfriend, okay? It seems like they've made it clear that they're just friends. I don't remember anything about him. When it comes to Pokemon, obviously they had something. When it comes to Yvonne, oh yeah, my bad. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I should have said something about this story being having sexual harassment tones. If you would like to dip, my harassment was a reasoning like this. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, Mika, if this isn't the place you want to be while we're watching this video, you're free to dip. I should have said something about that. No, you slept in your friend's bed? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've slept in each other's beds before. It happens. You don't have to be like you don't have to be broke back mountaining that bitch every night to be sleeping in each other's beds. This sort of reasoning is from someone who is not. This sort of reasoning is from someone who would do something like this and see nothing wrong with it.
From this point is that they were really close and close enough to where she was letting him sleep in her bed with her.
Yeah, letting him sleep in her. I have women friends where I could go over to their house and I could just fall asleep in their bed and they would be perfectly fine with that. Me drunkenly kicking the door open, just like start laying on top of her and then pulling her hand, like kissing it, and then reaching my hand all the way up into their sleeve, like millimeters before I touch their booba. These are, I can't even think of like something that would be like apt to how far these two ideas are from each other. These are far away from each other, dude. This is no possible way are these two things similar whatsoever. Okay, bro, they're just friends. You don't have any female friends? What are you talking? Wow. You don't stop lying? Stop. What do you mean? I actually have way too many female friends. That's the thing. I have way too many. I need to. I spend a lot of time around girls when I'm in my free time, and they're all friends. But I don't know. Too many women friends. See, the thing is, when you hang out with women, the thing is, okay, there's a nice balance. Here, listen to this. There's a nice balance. Studies show that when they're hanging around women, all right, they're seen more attractive by other women because that means they've been accepted by women. So the chance of them being like a super duper rapist lowers. Okay, all right. So step 1, don't be a rapist. Step 2, lots of people, they fail that first bar. So you got to make it past the bar. Okay, you got to make it. So step 1, not a rapist. Step 2, get women friends. Treat women like people. They'll love to be your friend. Okay. Step 3, parade them around as toys to use them. No, I'm joking. Hang out with them. And then when you're with them, just know that, hey, while you're with this girl, you have a better chance with other girls. No rape. Okay. Yeah. Write that down. Write that down. Yeah. So there you go. And then you'll, if you're a straight dude or whatever, or you're looking for girls in your mask, there you go. That is one way to actually, get a girl. It'll help. It will help, actually. Granted, you've never slept in a female friend's beds, and now that I'm married, you wouldn't want to. Yeah, I mean, I haven't slept in a female friend's bed. I've slept in my male friend's beds, but I've never slept in a female's friend's beds. That's just not. I don't know. That's I'm not gonna say I feel uncomfortable, but maybe I'll bring Haley on to talk about that, because I remember like first time we were hanging, I didn't even want to touch her bed. I don't know, dude, but that's another thing. Make friends in general. Okay, yeah, you got to make friends.
All right. So it is reasonable to suspect that maybe he thought, oh, I have a chance with this girl. Let me go in and...
Yeah, but that's kind of like messed up, dude. She has a girlfriend. My bad. She has a boyfriend, and you're just friends. Is this really the way you do this? Maybe you could bring it up to her while talking over like breakfast or something. There's so many better ways to do this that wouldn't make her feel this uncomfortable.
And, make a move, all right? He makes the move, backfires, does not work. And even while he's drunk, realizes, oof, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And stop.
Well, he was blackout drunk. So he wasn't even in any judgment. The reason he stopped did not come from him like, oh, I probably shouldn't do this. It's not working, because she wasn't moving and didn't say anything. It probably just came from his brain is just like firing random impulses, and then he just pulled his hand out. He could have easily started groping her. This could have easily gone the other way.
I mean, it says it all right here. All right. I was hoping to move at this point.
You slammed your toe into the wall and broke my nail in half. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Get some freaking Neosporin, my dude. Yeah. Also, making a move doesn't mean you make physical contact with them. You don't make a move on a girl by walking up to her in a mall and picking her up and holding her over your head, and you go, "Ayo, girl, I think you're so beautiful. Want to come home with me?" That's not how you do that. This is not something that you do. I mean, some girls like it, but I would imagine that you have a conversation about that beforehand.
In my head, I was just begging for him to not go any further, and he did not go further. He stopped. All right? So that's the first story right here. And while it is questionable why he was making a move on a girl that he knew had a boyfriend, that's not sexual assault or harassment.
What am I reading? No, someone help this man. This is why we need like K through 12, how to interact with other human beings. This dude literally would like walk into a house party, sit down next to a girl, start just randomly pick up her hand and kiss it, and shove his hand down her sleeve, like almost touch her boob, and then look her dead in the eyes and be like, I wonder if she likes it. No, please save me from this world, dude. Holy crap. No, please don't tell me this is something that people will actually believe. I do feel, listen, it was a joke before. I do actually feel bad for women if these are the dudes that are crawling around. Yikes, my dude. Oh no.
Sorry. He made a move. Didn't land. Pulled back. Is this This is what's sexual harassment nowadays? I feel like this is demeaning to actual people who deal with, sexual harassment. And to be clear, in this article, she doesn't accuse him of being a harasser, all right? Nobody does. They just heavily imply it. I mean, remember the timing when this was released, And look at how it's worded. This is obviously worded as a Me Too statement. And while the allegation isn't made, that's certainly what it comes off as. I mean, even in the first line here, nothing ever really happened until it did. What happened? A move
she just
was made.
A move. No, please don't tell me this guy. This is the man that's made when you watch one too many of those like how to get a girl pickup artist like scams that you pay $60 for to watch a dude in a V-neck pick up random blonde-haired girls on Venice Beach. No, dude, this is not just a move. That's not just a move. Please don't tell me you believe that's just a move. Please don't tell me you've done that to someone.
He kissed your hand. He touched the side of your body. Not even like a private part, just the side of your body. So, there you go. The next
what? Wait, you shove your hand down someone's like sleeve and you touch like right here, like a little like under their armpit, or you touch like their side, like at their ribs. Excuse me? That area is so personal. That is so personal. Red pilled Elon Musk. Big Chungus, wholesome 100. I did not sexually assault anybody. I just touched her. I just touched the side of her booba.
Next day, I went to his room and asked if he remembered.
Hey, it's Inferno. What's good, my dude?
What happened last night? He said no. I told myself that if he forgot, then maybe he didn't know what he was doing because he was drunk, and I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to make it weird between us. A few weeks later, I was lying in bed again, and he came in drunk again. He laid down next to me and told me that he was sorry for what happened last time and that he overstepped boundaries. So then I thought to myself, did he remember this whole time and lied about it? I didn't say anything, and 10 minutes later, he did it again, minus the t-shirt part. So he just grabbed her hand and kissed it again. Again, I'm scared to say anything, and he fell asleep next to me. The next day, he also acted like nothing ever happened, and I asked him at some point if he remembered anything. He said no again. I kept this secret to myself for a very long time. The only people I could tell were my boyfriend at the time, and a close friend of mine, and out of respect for me, they didn't tell anyone. I felt like if I told anyone at offline TV, the world would come crashing down, and that offline TV would die or cease to exist. So I never did. I minimized it a lot and carried on throughout my days as usual. But small things in me started changing without me realizing it. I started avoiding Fed more. I went from hanging out with him all the time to almost never. I tunneled into League because it felt like easy to be busy in a game, so he couldn't talk to me or bother me. It became the easiest way to avoid him, being addicted to League. Okay, so yeah, so far we have two questionable things. Why is he making a move on a girl that he knows has a boyfriend?
Holy crap. Imagine bringing everything down to what he did twice. And also, it seemed like he also lied about whether he knew what he did or not. Like he noticed that it wasn't working, so he just like stopped, and then he said that he didn't know what was going on. Holy, I have no clue what's going on here. This is scary. That is worrying. That's scary. Why does he keep bringing up that that'd be, listen, okay? You know for a fact why he keeps bringing up why she had a boyfriend. You know for a fact why he keeps bringing it up. It's because how dare this woman do this with her boyfriend when she has a boyfriend? How dare she let this man into her room, into her dwelling space, into her bed when she has a boyfriend? He's trying to shift blame, whether he knows it or not, by constantly bringing up the fact that she has a boyfriend. He's trying to diminish her. This is a character attack. What he's doing, he's like, oh, is Fed really the bad guy here? When she had a boyfriend, she knew that. Did she even tell the boyfriend that this was happening? That she was just letting random streamer men sleep in her bed? Come on. Why would you play League of all games? I mean, you gotta escape life somehow, which is just more pain.
And also, why is he having inconsistencies with him recalling what happened? At first he says he doesn't remember a thing, but then he apologized for it. That being said, though, this is nowhere near close.
Wait, you're just gonna like hand wave the part that he could possibly be lying about this, about him like not knowing what he did? Excuse me, you're just what? We're just moving past that, like it never happened. What? Excuse me. What? Okay. All I know is pain. Same, dude.
Close.
Also, what's up in front?
To any sort of like sexual harassment or assault. And again, the article never says that, but that is what.
What does this guy think sexual harassment is? I'm genuinely curious. Does he think sexual harassment is you walk past your secretary and play like fucking patty cakes with her tits, and then you go, "Hey, nice one, toots," and then you walk away? Like, what does this guy think that sexual harassment is? If he doesn't think this is sexual harassment,
is heavily implied by the wording of it and by the timing of it. So we can continue on here. One day I told him what happened between us, and he said he didn't remember / know it happened. He proceeded to say he was a horrible person, and I felt bad and started confronting him. I'll always remember that one of the first things he asked me after he found out was, "Did you tell anyone?" and proceeded to panic when he felt that people could know. I also told him that my boyfriend at the time, Sean, doesn't blame him and knows he isn't a bad person deep down, in which he responds, "Yeah, it's in his best interest not to." He said all these things, but never once did he apologize to me after learning about the things that he forgot. Thinking back, his thought process was super messed up because he was more worried about people finding out than how he hurt me. So then she goes on to say, and I did read this before I started this video, obviously. I read this.
Yeah, do you not get any like questionable remarks about how when he found out what he did, maybe like some of the things started to jog, he was like worrying about what did she tell someone more than are you okay and I'm sorry. Honestly, this may not have she seemed like she cared about him. She may not have even gone public with this. If the first thing he did when he found out would be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," and then did like a whole thing to rebuild trust instead of, "Hey, yo, bitch, you better not tell anybody about that." You know, really?
Back when it came out, and I reread it before I did this video. She goes on to talk about how she minimized it. She goes on to recall a similar instance where Lily Pichu shared a story. I'll go ahead and read that one. When she was going through a hard breakup with Albert, Fed also walked into her room while she
imagine dating a dude named fucking Albert. I'd feel bad too.
While she was drunk. She was laying down and he asked if she wanted a massage. She said sure, and he started off massaging her leg, then up to her thighs. A week or so later, he was drunk and laid down next to her, and he told her he liked her. She then felt uncomfortable with everything, and he asked her not to tell anyone what happened. Again, thinking back, it felt like he tried to take advantage of Lily when she was in a really vulnerable state. Okay, so we're on the third questionable thing. He's making a move on somebody that just broke up with somebody, all right? A little bit, not a good idea. But again, we're not talking about something that's, pushing the boundaries of, sexual harassment or whatever.
That one in particular, I mean, I can understand how, that one where he's like, "Hey, you want a massage?" You massage your legs and then you massage your thighs. That one, I mean, I mean, obviously coming out in that time, it just seems inconsiderate. It's just like building a character case against him.
What was this guy getting canceled over? Now, at this point, you could say that, okay, so you have multiple people who have kind of sketch stories. What's wrong with coming out about that? What's wrong with talking about that? You know what I mean? Well, here's the thing that just blows me away, all right? So all the girls in the offline TV house realize that they have stories where Fed came up and confessed his love to them and stuff like that, and how they all had moments where Fed just fell in love with them and made moves or whatever. And so they all decide to confront Fed about it, lay out their grievances, and make sure Fed knows, hey, we think you kind of crossed the line here, here, and here. This is what we feel, just so you know. Which I think is, yeah, that's a great idea, all right? If you all have grievances with Fed in the house, yeah, invite him over, talk about it to him, let him know what's going on. That seems like, yeah, that makes sense, right? And that's exactly what happens. The stories shared were mainly of Fed overstepping boundaries, being overly touchy, in which we all thought they were just Fed things. We thought it was fine because we told ourselves that's just
Fed things. Imagine you're in a house and you got a dude where, oh, it's just Mike things. He just does that. Sometimes he'll just walk up and he'll just start like gripping your thighs. Just Fed things. Just oh my gosh, oh no.
How he is. As we shared each of our stories, we realized it was not fine. When all the sexual harassment...
Oh, Bad Empanada's last account was banned? Hey, listen, all Bad Empanada fans cheer and rejoice as Bad Empanada is completely banned off of all social media platforms except YouTube.
Such abuse stories started coming out on Twitter. My coping mechanism just broke. I couldn't minimize it anymore, and I suddenly felt everything that happened crashing down on me all at once. I couldn't ignore it any longer and realized what happened was not okay. It couldn't be swept under the rug. I didn't want to see him, talk to him, or work with him. This pattern of problematic behavior led us to decide that we needed to have an intervention with him to get him to realize he needs to change for the better. So we all sat down together as a group, and everyone started sharing with Fed how he once hurt them. It was extremely emotional with a lot of crying, and at the end of it, he seemed very apologetic and understood what he had done was wrong. This was the first time he apologized to me about everything, and it did feel really nice to hear. I genuinely felt super happy that it seemed like Fed was very accepting of everything and willing to do better. I wasn't planning on releasing any statement from my end, but unfortunately, his behavior since then made me feel that he wasn't really sorry. His actions and words showed he was still avoiding responsibility, that his priority was still himself and his career, versus being a better person and resolving the hurt that he had caused us. My intention for this statement is not to destroy him, but to warn other girls about his behavior and how he pushes boundaries using alcohol as an excuse for his actions. He needs to be held accountable for his actions, learn from his mistakes, and not avoid them like how he was trying to, again, this time around. I don't think Fed is a bad person, but we all made excuses for his behavior for a long time because we truly loved him as a friend, even to...
Yo, what's wrong about this? This seems perfectly fine. Yeah, this is perfectly fine. So they had an intervention with him. They did everything they could to keep this in, right? They literally had a freaking Alcohol's Anonymous sort of like everybody has to sit down and tell this. Everybody has to do like a reading circle and say everything that this guy did wrong. This guy seems like a massive problem in these guys' lives. And then even after that, it seems like he wasn't even taking responsibility for the things that he did. So yeah, I think you should come public with that after this. I was honestly on the fence about some of the stuff that they did about coming public with it, because I think a lot of stuff you should be handling in private. There's so little that I think that you should go public with when it comes to matters like this. When it comes to this, where he has like if he was gonna continue down the same path, I mean, he was like, it isn't. I don't think it's a matter of if, but when he like actually like raped somebody or like sexually assault somebody in a really bad way. It's not a matter of if, but when. When it came to Fed. So yeah, honestly, I think some people learn the hard way. And if Fed's the way he needs to learn, with basically having his complete life just upended, in a matter of, days, then I think if it stops him from hurting other people, then that's what some people need. I mean, honestly, he'll still have his fan base. I know for a fact he'll come back to streaming. He'll have like 20,000 concurrent viewers minimum. So, I mean, come on now.
Despite all this, ultimately, what I'd want at the end would be to see him take steps towards getting help and striving to be a better person. Okay, 2 things. First of all, they talk about how Fed is like he just puts his career over everything else, which is ironic considering what we learned about Pokemon now, how she was putting her career trying to get people fired from
Well, damn, that's crazy, because you're talking about Yaniv
offline TV while accusing Fed, ironically, of being the person trying to get other people fired. But also, they felt that due to his actions and words, he actually hadn't learned, despite apologizing and giving them
fuck the feds and fuck Fed. Yeah.
A state okay.
That's why at the beginning, every time I talk about Fed, I want to be like, hey, okay, step 1, remember, Fed did horrible things to people. That does not negate what he has done.
I'm sorry, but this is just ridiculous to me. All right, they confront their issues to him. He realizes, oh shit.
Have I been saying Yaniv? Yvonne. Yeah, you're right. Why have I been saying Yaniv? Oh, I know why. Because I had a friend whose name was spelled like, they had like really similar letters, and their name was Yaniv. And I keep thinking of that every time I see their name. But yeah, thank you for reminding me. Yvonne.
Hey, dude, yeah, I kind of have been a little bit, I've been a little bit of an ass, all right? I apologize, I understand. They take that up.
Oh, I kind of sexually assaulted you a couple of times. I've been a little bit of an ass. Oh, just Fed things. You know what I'm saying? Girls, come here. Yeah. Okay. Listen, you can't just get over things like that just that easily. You should at the very least understand what you did wrong and try and change. That's all people want from you. That's all it seemed like they cared so much about him and they had to get over it. Another friend and another friend and another friend and another friend. Listen, when you have a freaking clown car of girls roll up to your streamer house with crying their mascara off with papers in their hands, talking about everything you did wrong to them, you're the bad guy. You're the bad guy. Okay? I'm sorry. You are. What are you doing? You don't have to defend this. Why is this guy doing this? You don't have to do this. You could have just kept this to yourself.
Apology at first, accept it, but then they don't accept it anymore because they think due to his actions and words, whatever that is, that's not outlined in the article, that, well, actually, he's not taking responsibility, so we need to come out and ruin his career.
Another friend? You think I have like a freaking harem? That's why the camera angle is so small. I just have women on all sides of me, all the time. Come on. Listen, I'm just like you, buddy. Okay, I haven't dated in over a year. I spend my time doing this. I'm not talking to people. I'm talking to you all, and I love you all, but you all are not here to date. The internet just suck. True.
Amongst all the other Me Too allegations that rise up, we need to come out with a statement that just ruins him. He gets fired from offline TV, loses his job, he stops streaming.
He does not lose his job. His job is making content on the internet. He could have kept it up. He did not lose his job. He lost being in the house around all of these people who he's harmed. My bad. I can't freaking speak today. Who he's harmed. Who he has harmed. I just he didn't lose his job. Yeah, boo-hoo, he lost some money. Boo-hoo. Can you tell me a single person who can take the same shit that Fed did and not be homeless right now? This man hasn't made a single iota of content in 5 months. Fed had enough money to leave the internet, leave his job. He had at the very least half a year's worth of income to live perfectly, get a new home, okay? Live somewhere, rent an apartment or whatever he's doing, live reasonably well in California for at the very minimum 6 months. Do you know another person who has 6 months of income they can live in California and just rent an apartment, not do shit, sit around, talk to your therapist and eat and drink Soylent and play League? Can you tell me any other person who can do that right now? Tell me one. I need one person right now that you know who can leave, just stop doing everything, drop everything, and chill out in your California apartment for 6 months with a therapist. Okay, it can't happen. This dude did not lose his job. He can start streaming at any point in time, and he'd get a lot of hype from people like you and your followers. Okay. At any point in time. Look at this video. This video has like a 95% or maybe 97% like to dislike ratio. I think there's enough people in there who are willing to throw money at this guy and talk to him about how he did nothing wrong.
He's basically kicked off the internet, essentially. For what? Making a move on a girl that he thought he was in with? I mean, she was letting him sleep in her bed. And they were apparently super close. Is it not unreasonable to suspect that maybe he thought, oh shoot, dude, I have a chance? And it's amazing to me because even when he does make this move that's so bad, so uncomfortable, even while he's drunk, he realizes, okay, let me pull back.
These people are rolling in it, okay? Don't feel bad for these streamers when they have to take off streaming for a couple of months. Okay? They are perfectly fine. They have made more money than probably all of us will see combined the last 2 years. You know, I'm sorry. That's just the thing. And obviously taxes take a big chunk of that, but you know, with that being said, they make some money.
He can move on a girl that already has a boyfriend, or he's making another move on a girl that just
I have a lot of money, dog. If I had a lot of money, I wouldn't still be living here.
Broke up with her boyfriend. You know, obviously this guy is a little bit, you know, clingy. I mean, for lack of a better word. I'm sure there's
Holy shit. The hand waving this guy has done. Oh, maybe he's a little bit clingy.
Better word to describe it, but I mean, obviously he needs to chill out a little bit. But this guy being a sexual assaulter is just blatantly untrue. Sexual harassment? No way. I'm sorry.
No way. What is sexual harassment to this guy? I have to know. I have to ask this guy. I have to talk to him. What is sexual assault or harassment? What is it? What is sexual harassment? Tell me. I have to know. If you reach into a girl's sleeve and touch the side of her chest, and you're like, and this guy's like, you're just a little clingy, you know, there's friends. Man, he made a move. That's how you make a move? What are you talking about? Are you a freaking lion cub? Is this like, is this what you see? You just like, caveman, Amprim, caveman shit. You just walk up to a girl and bonk her over the head and drag her to your cave. This is how this guy lives.
I'm making this video just because I feel like the cancellation of Fed in the first place is ridiculous. You know, they came to him. They laid out their grievances. He gave them an apology, and then they dumped it anyway because they felt like he wasn't actually sorry. I mean, that's dangerous. Come on now. And I mean, this is not a workplace.
No, please, dude. Having like a cavalcade of women come out and tell you how much you've wronged them in an internal intervention is a massive thing to organize. If you're sitting here and telling me that that this is the problem, them going public with it and not his actions, it tells me basically everything I need to know about this dude. Holy